Welcome again. In this lecture, we will talk about maintaining the field mapping and conversion rule. In the previous lecture, we have looked into maintaining the structure relations. So let's go into that step right here. So here's like you. So this is the important part you need to look at. Like this is because you have not seen such things in the batch input recording. So with the direct input, you get all the fields whatever is available as a part of GL master creation, like no matter either you are using them or not. So when you are using the direct input method, you get all this. But the best part is you don't have to use each and every of these. You can just use whatever you want to. And obviously you cannot miss anything which is a required field. So that's why we just covered pretty much everything in our when we were creating the source structure. We covered everything what we really need to have. And another thing regarding the direct input method is there is the field for the transaction code as well, right? So there is a field for the transaction code as well. Either you can give that transaction code in the file, or you can just use the fixed rule or constant rule method here in the field mapping and conversion rule, which I'm gonna do here. So you can see that it says T code. So with the direct input, you need to give the transaction code to the system as well. Like what transaction code it should execute to perform your to execute your process basically. So here we will go into display change mode, and then here, because we are not getting that from the file, either you can get that from the file. I don't want to kind of redo things what we have already covered. Like either we are maintaining a constant value or we are maintaining a fixed value reusable. It's same like what we have done in the past. So I'm gonna use like a constant rule here because we are creating a GL master, and this is going to be same. So the T code for creating a GL master is FS01. So I'm gonna just making this as a constant value. You can use as a fixed value reusable as well. It's up to you. And after that, I'm gonna just for the rest of the values whatever we are using, I'm gonna just assign the source field to them from the target from the source structure. So you can see that this is our target structure as we have seen in our structure relations lecture as well. So this was the target structure, and we had the system already defaulted the source structure to it. So GL account number, select the source field from here. So I'm gonna select source field, and then here I'm gonna select GL account. So I'm gonna select the SAKNR from the source structure. Then the next field is BUKRS. I'm gonna select BUKRS from here, which is kind of very straightforward. And then I'm gonna select TXT20 right here. And then the next one we have is TXT50. So that's how basically you need to maintain all of your values, whatever we have. Then we have a balance sheet indicator right here. We will maintain that. That's right here. And then the next one is P&L account indicator. So it's a P&L account type indicator right here. Then the next we have is GL account group, which is our account group, like what account group that field belongs to. And we will look into that account group part when we will be preparing our data file. So I will go into that, like how we get that. So I will be maintaining the source field from here for account group. Then number of sample account, this is all extraneous. We really don't need that group account number and all that. Then right here we have currency. I'm gonna enter that. So only the we will get our account currency from our file. Then the only balance in local currency, XSLAH, where is that? XSALH, right there. And then you can see that all the extraneous fields I'm just ignoring them, because as long as these are not a required field while creating the GL master, you don't need to worry about these. The next we have is text category. I'm gonna give that right here. Then the next one we have is if text is not a required field, so I'm gonna give that here, XMWNO. And then what is left? The next one we have is XKRES, which is for the line item display. So I'm gonna give that here. The next one is sort key right there, and I'm gonna get that from here. And then one more thing, the sequence is not really matter here because it's a direct input method, and you can see that the direct input method has their own sequence, like because it's getting all the fields. But if you compare this with the batch input recording, you know that like the way we posted we basically process our transaction, that's how basically our target structure get built up, and you basically assign the source structure to it. Like whatever fields you have in your recording, the same fields you get into your target structure, and then obviously you define your source structure accordingly. And then next field we have is field status group. So let's select the source structure source field for that. So FSTAG right here. And then the next is the indicator post automatically only right there. So let's select that, XINTB right there. Let me see if there is anything left here. So then we have is, I think we don't have anything left, but I just wanted to make sure we have covered everything. Okay, so let's do a recount here. So week one, I just wanted to go over it to make sure we have covered everything and we have not missed anything, because this is kind of important part. And but seems like we have covered each and everything. We have not left anything any field missing which is not assigned to our target structure, but I just wanted to go over it. So that's how basically you define your source fields, whatever you need, you feel that this is a required. And as I mentioned, like the best thing about is whatever you wanted to do, just create one of these master data or transaction manually to see what you wanted to have or what is needed to make this happen. So we just uh, we just mapped all of our source fields to our target fields. So it, and then we will press save here. So this was completed. So it was all about in this lecture. I will stop here and I will see you in our next lecture.